Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's press conference. We have head coach Cushing. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get started with Jeff. Sorry, Joel.
Hey, Coach, I'm just wondering, I know that you're not going to make excuses over this, but what kind of an impact does that sort of unforeseen delay that you had at the beginning of the game have on your team physically and psychologically?
Excuse me. It shouldn't. Both teams have to go through the same process, so it's not helpful to go out, warm up, come in, have to go back out. But I think both teams were just as frustrated with that. We didn't start the game well enough, and we spoke about having to start the game well, especially here, and we didn't start the game well enough.
Scott?
Hey, Coach, thanks for the time. I know it's not the press conference you wanted to do. Talk a little bit about the offense right now, road versus home, and the challenges on, in this case. Any thoughts you've got? Thanks.
Yeah, I think we know that we're not producing the same away as we are at home. This game is another reflection of that. It's the second game where we've gone with Santi up there. We went previously with Gabe Siegel at New England, and Tellez at Houston, and we have to produce more. It's a mindset, it's a mentality. We know at the moment our home record is good. Our away record isn't good enough or isn't where we want it to be for the team that we want to be, and we have to solve that. This is the opportunity we have now. We go on to Charlotte, Cincinnati, Red Bull, and we have to approach. I thought we were better in the New England game. It's disappointing that we didn't approach the game in the way that we wanted to today.
Ronnie?
Hey, Coach. Tough loss, I know. Just wanted to ask, one shot on target for the whole game, but were there any positives that you took out of this loss? Thanks.
I'm sure there'll be small positives in the way that we played once I watch it back, but I don't feel positive at the moment. I don't think we started the game well enough, and throughout the first, took us 40 minutes to really get hold of the game possession-wise. And the last 5 minutes of the second half, the last 5 minutes of the first half were better. Mateus gets a chance, and but we turn the ball over far too much in the first half, which means we sit low and we have to suffer against two top wingers. And it's really poor to concede the goal straight after half-time because it puts us on the back foot.
Michael Andrew?
Nick, I know you've talked a lot about the chemistry and the bond that this team has, but watching the body language towards the end of this game, it didn't seem like these players were on the same page, and a lot of frustration.
Yeah, I think, it's not helpful when you see players and they go at each other. It's sorted and solved in the dressing room right thereafter. But I'm not pleased with it. It's this disappointing. It doesn't help because not only is it not a good reflection of all of the good work that we're doing, it doesn't help in the moment when you're in a one-goal game. You need to stay together and you need to really fight to get a point. And, we have to have these games where we don't play so well, but we get points on the road. And, I'm disappointed today. The last 10 minutes, we didn't approach the game in the way that we should have.
And final one, Michael Allen.
Yeah, Nick, I'm just, you mentioned the tough road games coming up, the schedule coming up here. What did you say to the team at halftime? And then also, what did you say to the team after this game to get ready for this next stretch?
Halftime is about, we have to, it's crazy to say this now because we conceded literally straight after, but we have to be a team that when we're not playing well, develops the mentality to correct that in the game. We're not always going to have the control of games like we do at home. Of course, in New England, we had more control, but here today, we didn't solve the problem in the first half. We turned the ball over too cheaply. And as a team, we have to correct that in the game. We have to have the leaders and the leadership in each individual to correct that and to get a foothold in the game, and then to not have to suffer really low because we know the quality they have. The end of the game is about, we have to look at this. If we're going to be a team that is developing week in, week out, that is developing their ability to go and get points on the road, we have to look at this game, whether it's, whatever the reason is why we don't start the game, we will find that reason and we will make sure that we put it right for the Charlotte game. If I reflect on previous away games. We were disappointed in Houston, and we approached the New England game much better. So I expect the team to approach the Charlotte game and start the Charlotte game much, much better.
Great. Thank you, everyone.